What happens when a beloved music legend sits down for what should be a friendly chat, only to be blindsided by disrespect and condescension on live television? In just 34 seconds, one host's shocking comment would turn a simple interview into an explosive confrontation that ended with cameras still rolling and a guest storming off the set. The applause was warm, almost nostalgic, as Cliff Richard stepped onto the Loose Women stage. At 82, he moved with the easy confidence of a man who had sold 250 million records and played to generations. The audience rose instinctively. Some had grown up with Living Doll. Others discovered him through their parents. He waved, smiled, settled into the chair like it was an old friend. This was routine. Plug the new album, share a tour anecdote, charm the room. He had done it 1,000 times. Denise Welch sat center, panel, legs crossed, smile tight. The other hosts, Charlene, Kel, Nadia, leaned in with genuine curiosity. Cliff began talking about the album, a Christmas record with orchestral sweeps and a duet with a young artist half his age. His eyes lit up. The passion was real. "It's about joy," he said. "Music doesn't retire." Denise interrupted. "Cliff, with all due respect, who's still buying this?" The room cooled by degrees. "I mean, the charts are full of kids who weren't alive when you started. Isn't it time to let go a beat?" Cliff's smile didn't break, but something behind it did. "My arenas sell out in minutes," he said evenly. "Grandparents bring grandchildren. Age isn't the point, connection is." Denise waved a hand. "Sure, nostalgia tours, but relevance, come on." Charlene tried to pivot. "Let's talk about the duet," Denise steamrolled. "No, let him answer. Is he afraid of the question?" Cliff set the mic on the table with deliberate care. "I'm not afraid. I'm disappointed. I came to share music, not defend my existence." He stood. "I've earned the right to be here without being spoken to like a museum piece." Denise laughed sharp. "Touchy? No." Cliff said, voice low but carrying, respectful. "There's a difference." He unclipped the battery pack, handed it to a frozen runner, and walked off. No slammed door, no parting shot. Just the quiet click of dignity exiting stage left. The panel stared at the empty chair. Kel muttered, "Well, that escalated." Nadia covered her face. Denise's bravado cracked. Her next laugh came out hollow. The floor manager signaled frantic cut to break, but the feed was live. Viewers watched the hosts flounder through sponsor reads while WhatsApp groups exploded. Backstage, a producer sprinted after Cliff. "Sir, we can reshoot the segment." "No need," Cliff said, signing an autograph for a trembling PA. "The segment's done." His publicist met him at the fire exit. "Twitter's on fire. #stand with Cliff is trending." Cliff exhaled. "Let it trend, I'm going to soundcheck." By evening, the clip had 3 million views. Comments split cleanly. 87% condemned Denise. 13% called it refreshing TV. Columnists weighed in, some praised Cliff's restraint. Others accused Denise of ageism disguised as candor. The show issued a statement. "We apologize to Sir Cliff and our viewers for the uncomfortable exchange." Denise posted at 11:47 p.m., then deleted, then reposted a shorter version. "I pushed too far. Sorry, Cliff. No emoji." 2 days later, Cliff played the O2. The crowd roared when he dedicated "We Don't Talk Anymore" to anyone who's ever been told their time is up. Phones lit the arena like constellations. Backstage, he told a reporter, "I don't need vindication. I need the next note to be in tune." The moment lasted 34 seconds on air, but it echoed for weeks, proof that sometimes the most powerful response is simply refusing to play the game. Three's fast make it of 20 minutes hook must be same what happens when a beloved music legend sits down for what should be a friendly chat only to be blindsided by disrespect and condescension on live television. In just 34 seconds, one host's shocking comment would turn a simple interview into an explosive confrontation that ended with cameras still rolling and a guest storming off the set. The Loose Women studio smelled of fresh coffee and hairspray. At 10:12 a.m., the warm-up act had the audience laughing at a joke about menopause and Prosecco. By 10:17, Sir Cliff Richard was announced. The applause rolled in like a wave that had crossed decades. Some clapped because they danced to Summer Holiday at their first school disco, others because their mothers had. Cliff, 82, wore a navy blazer sharp enough to cut glass and a smile that had survived Beatlemania, punk, and the internet. He shook hands with the front row, kissed a pensioner's cheek, and settled into the curved sofa as if it were built for him alone. Across the table, Charlene Bondo, Kel Bryan, Nadia Sawalha, and Denise Welch. Charlene's questions were printed on blue cards. Kel had brought a vinyl of Cliff's 1959 single. Nadia bounced with the energy of a superfan. Denise sat perfectly still, fingers laced, eyes unblinking. Something in the air felt charged, like the moment before a summer storm. The red light blinked on. Charlene opened. Cliff, welcome, this Christmas album. Tell us the story behind Mistletoe and Wine 2.0. Cliff leaned forward, elbows on knees. It started with a phone call from the Royal Philharmonic. They said, let's dust off the classics, give them new breath. I thought, why not? Music isn't a museum, it's a conversation across generations. His voice carried the faint trace of Cheshire, softened by 60 years of microphones. The audience murmured approval. Kel held up the vinyl. I was 9 when this came out. My mum played it until the groove wore thin. Laughter rippled. Cliff grinned. Tell your mum the groove's back. Digitally remastered. Nadia jumped in. You're touring arenas next year. Any chance of a surprise guest? Olivia Newton, John Hologram perhaps. Cliff chuckled. Livy's spirit is always there, but no holograms. I prefer flesh, blood, and the occasional off-key harmony. The room relaxed. This was the loose women they knew, warm, teasing, nostalgic. Then Denise spoke. Cliff, one word flat. The laughter evaporated. With all due respect, who exactly is still listening to this? She let the question hang like smoke. Charts are 20-year-olds. TikTok moves culture now, aren't you just? Performing to ghosts. A silence, a single cough echoed. Cliff's smile didn't falter, but his eyes flicked to the monitor, then back to Denise. My ghosts sell 20,000 tickets in an hour, he said, voice steady. Grandparents bring toddlers. The music evolves with the audience. Denise tilted her head. Nostalgia's lucrative, sure, but relevance, come on. When was the last time you trended for anything except a calendar? Charlene's hand shot up. Okay, let's talk about the duet with Denise talked over her. No, let him answer. Is the legend afraid of a real question? The audience shifted. A woman in row 3 whispered, this is awkward. Cliff set his teacup down with a porcelain click that cut through the tension. Denise, I've answered tougher questions from 12-year-olds on Zoom. Relevance isn't a trending hashtag. It's whether a song still makes someone cry on a Tuesday night. Mine do, Denise smirked. Cry because it's beautiful, or because it reminds them of dentures and dial-up. Gasps. Nadia's mouth formed a perfect O. Kel's eyes widened to anime proportions. Charlene signaled the floor manager with a frantic slice across her throat. Cliff inhaled through his nose. I came to share joy, not defend my oxygen. I've earned the right to sit here without being spoken to like an exhibit in the V&A. Denise leaned forward. Earned. You're clinging to a past that doesn't exist. It's sad. The word sad landed like a slap. Cliff stood, slowly, deliberately. He unclipped the mic pack, placed it on the coffee table next to Denise's untouched water. Sad is mistaking cruelty for candor. I wish you well. He turned to the audience. Thank you for the warmth. Keep the music loud. Then he walked. No stomp, no glare. Just the soft shuffle of Italian leather on studio floor. The cameras followed, of course they did. This was television crack. Denise's face cycled through triumph, confusion, then something like panic. Charlene stammered, we'll be right back. The feed cut to a tampon ad featuring a woman roller skating in white jeans. Backstage chaos. Runners sprinted with clipboards. A producer screamed into a headset, roll VT, roll anything. Cliff reached the green room where a tray of untouched kwasas waited. His publicist, Sarah, was already on the phone. Yes, he's fine. No, he's not doing this morning tomorrow. A PA-19 trembling, offered water. Cliff took it, smiled. You're not in trouble, love, breathe. He signed her lanyard to Lily. Keep singing. Love, Cliff. In the control room, the director zoomed on Denise's face. Her bravado had cracked, lips pressed thin, eyes glassy. Nadia whispered, you okay? Denise nodded too fast. Fine, he's dramatic. The show returned live. Charlene's voice cracked. We're sorry that segment took an unexpected turn. Sir Cliff is a treasure and we, she glanced at Denise who stared at the floor, we'll have more music chat after this. Twitter ignited. #Justice for Cliff trended in 4 countries. A 2011 clip of Denise praising Cliff's eternal youth resurfaced, radioed into oblivion. By noon, the 34-second exchange had 5 million views. TikTok teens stitched it with captions. Okay boomer, but make it iconic. At 12:03, ITV released a statement. We apologize unreservedly to Sir Cliff Richard and our viewers. The exchange fell below our standards. Denise's agent called, then her mum, then silence. Cliff's car pulled away from the studio. Sarah scrolled headlines. Daily Mail says National Treasure humiliated. Mirror says Denise's career suicide. Cliff gazed out the window. They'll move on by tea time. People always do. That night, he sound-checked at the O2. The crew, mostly under 30, cheered when he hit the opening chord of Devil Woman. Between songs, he told them, respect isn't age, it's oxygen. Don't let anyone steal yours. The lighting tech, a girl with purple hair, teared up. Denise got home at 8. Her spaniel, Colin, greeted her with frantic tail wags. She poured wine, ignored it, opened Twitter. The mentions were a war zone. A former co-star DM'd, "You okay, babe?" She typed, "I pushed too far," deleted it, typed it again, posted. Then unpinned her 2023 Be Kind tweet. Day 2. Cliff played Cardiff, sold out. He added a new line to We Don't Talk Anymore. Some conversations end before they start. The crowd roared. Backstage, a journalist asked, "Will you sue?" Cliff laughed. I've got harmonies to rehearse. Day 3. Loose Women opened with an apology from the entire panel. Denise spoke last, voice small. I was wrong. I conflated honesty with harshness. Sir Cliff, I'm sorry. The clip got 2 million views, mostly from people checking if she meant it. Week 2, Cliff's album debuted at #3, highest in 15 years. Teenagers discovered Wired for Sound via TikTok duets with their nan. A sociology professor wrote a paper, The 34-Second Walk Off Dignity in the Attention Economy. Month 1, Denise took a leave of absence. She walked Colin at dawn, avoiding eye contact with dog walkers who recognized her. One morning, an elderly man stopped her. My wife loved Cliff since 1958. You heard her hero. Denise apologized. He nodded, walked on. She cried in the park. Month 3, Cliff's tour grossed $42 million. He donated a percentage to music therapy for dementia patients. At the final night in Wembley, he invited Denise's apology clip to play on the screens before Living Doll. The crowd cheered, not for her, but for the grace. Year 1, Denise returned to TV quieter. She started interviews with Let's Talk About Your Work. Nothing else matters. Ratings dipped, then steadied. Critics called it growth. Cliff released a live album. Liner notes, for everyone who's been told their song is over, sing louder. The 34 seconds became legend, not for the insult, but for the exit, a masterclass in boundaries, delivered without raising a voice. Proof that sometimes the most radical act is refusing to dance when the music turns cruel.